Hello again, and welcome to the second tutorial in the Introduction to Flash series. Here I will cover some of the useful tools found in the tool panel not discussed in the basics tutorial, and I will cover symbols. First, I will draw a rectangle, as I have shown before. Now if you want to edit the shape of this rectangle or rotate it or something, you will want to use the Free Transform tool. What this tool allows you to do is to scale vector images horizontally and vertically, slant them, and rotate them. If you don't know what a vector image is, check out my Introduction to Vector Images in Flash video. Similarly to the Selection tool, the Free Transform tool can be used to move images around. But in addition to this, you can stretch and skew them. To stretch horizontally, select the image and put your cursor over the small block in the left or right side of the image and click and drag like so. To stretch vertically, do the same with the top or bottom block. To edit both simultaneously, select one of the corner blocks. If you grab any one of the lines bordering the image, you can slant the image like so. In addition to this, the image can be rotated. Put your cursor just past the corner of the black box until the cursor turns into sort of a circular arrow. Click and drag to rotate the image. That white dot in the center is known as the registration point. This is the axis of rotation and scaling. You can click and drag it to move it somewhere else. For example, if you wanted to rotate this as if someone is swinging the image like a sword, all you have to do is move the registration point to the bottom like this. You can even select portions of the image like so to edit or move them separately. Ctrl-Z to undo, and Ctrl-Y to redo. Another useful tool is the Eraser tool, which erases what you draw. You can change the size of the eraser by clicking on this black circle down here, and by selecting the desired size or shape. This feature is included in the Brush tool as well. Now, for a big part of what makes Flash so powerful, symbols. Symbols are whatever you make them out to be. They can be shapes, pictures, or even animations. They are Flash's way of organizing all of your work into a project. Here, I will show you how to make a simple symbol. First, draw something. For now, I'm going to use this rectangle we drew earlier. Now, select the image and right-click on it. Go through the drop-down menu until you reach Convert to Symbol. Click on it. Now you will notice a small window pop up. In this window, you can rename it, choose its symbol type, or change its registration point. I will name it Box. The symbol type depends on how you want to use the symbol. For the purposes of this tutorial, leave it as movie clip, but button is useful for programming buttons, and graphic is useful for animations. I will further explain buttons and graphics in another tutorial. The registration point for symbols is automatically set to the top left, but you can easily move it to any corner here. I'm going to leave it as the default. Now press OK. The first thing you should notice is how the selected symbol now has a blue outline around it. This is an easy way to tell the difference between symbols and plain images. Also notice how portions of the symbol can no longer be selected. Symbols can only be selected as a whole. One of the many neat things about symbols is that it saves the registration point. Each time you select a normal unsymbolized image, the registration point resets to the center, but with a symbol, it will save where you last put it. As you can see here, the registration point will reset each time I select it. Now, if you don't like something about the symbol as it is right now, don't worry. You can edit it by going to the Library panel. This is located at the top right of the screen, and it is where all of your symbols you have created will be stored. If you double-click on the symbol in the library, you can edit it. Now notice how portions can again be selected and the registration point resets every time you reselect it. When you are done editing the symbol, go and click on Scene 1 up and to the left of the stage. This brings you back to the main stage. Symbols are great if you want more than one of exactly the same thing, such as the wheels of a car or eyes on a person's face. To do this, you can either copy the symbol by right-clicking on it and selecting Copy, or you can go to the library and drag another instance of the symbol onto the stage like so. Now you have two of exactly the same thing. These can be manipulated individually, or you can edit them both simultaneously. This is done, again, by entering into the symbol by double-clicking on it in the library, or you can just double-click on the symbol itself, like so. Now you are editing the symbol within the stage. Notice how when you change something about this symbol, it affects the other symbol as well. Again, once finished editing the symbol, click on Stage 1, or, as an alternative, you can double-click outside of the symbol. Suppose you want to keep these two shapes, but you want the one on the left to be a different color, for example. Well, to do this, all you have to do is break apart the symbol. Right-click on the desired symbol, and look through the drop-down menu until you find Break Apart. Click on it, and you will notice that it is no longer a symbol, and is now back to being a shape. You can now change the color, but it will not affect the other symbol on the stage. Now you should have a better understanding of the symbols in Adobe Flash CS5. Thanks for watching.